filtered in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm ready to win, yeah. Refuse, mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Used to lose, built to win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself, I felt it in.
Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about today's episode. We already got somebody in Cabo chilling, relaxing, kick back and all that. All right? Like, oh, got the okay. And we got my man Dave. He was gone Friday, but he's here. So I got two of my bros, Dave and Tomo. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing? How was y'all weekend?
I want to hear from the Cabo guy first.
So many don't know. You all need to join these IG chats because it was a running joke yesterday. You know, I caught a stray out of nowhere. As a Wizards fan, they said I've been in Cabo so long that I got estates. So I just show everybody, man. You know, I got the when your team gets kicked out of the playoffs, you see the background. I got resorts for everybody. My man Joe, he's been stuck in his room for a while, but we got the jet skis waiting for you, man. Dave, whenever you get down here, you know, hopefully you don't make us wait too long. We got something for you too, man.
My weekend was good. You know, Miami is up 2-1. Lakers up 2-1. That was a prediction that I had. The Phoenix done tied at 2-2. Only series I'm worried about for real is, you know, the Celtics. But I'm only worried because I want to play the Celtics. You know, that's a rivalry there. It's a, you know, something there that's missing. But before I get started with anything else, Cabo, Tomo, I know you're in Cabo, but can you just do me one favor?
Turn me
up. See, he got the original sound now. I appreciate you guys for that.
You can do that when you're on vacation.
That's true. But I'm feeling good. It's Money Making Mondays. We got a lot to talk about today. We already talked about the games. You know, Jokic got fined, but, you know, he's not suspended. Thank goodness. It's a good thing he ain't get suspended. He didn't deserve it. So, I'm good. How y'all doing, fellas? How was y'all weekend?
Well, you see, I got the Knicks colors on, so I'm down here, bro. I'm repping. They got to stand up.
That means it wasn't too good for you. Go ahead, Joe.
No. I had a good weekend. Some great basketball. Hung out with the fam, you know.
That sounds so sad. Come on, Joe. Turn up a little bit, man.
I sound sad, my bad. Hey, look, let's get to it, man. My energy is here. I'm ready for today's show. Got a lot to talk about. We had some great basketball this past weekend. But before we get into that, y'all, make sure y'all like this video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, share this. David. We got one. You know, David taught me something new. All right. Subscribe to our YouTube because we are network and we on Facebook. So make sure y'all follow us on Facebook. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Like both of them. Like the YouTube. Like the Facebook. Also go on Twitter. Hit that retweet button so others can watch us live and hit that like button while you at it. All right? Because this is a network. All right? We're not just a YouTube channel. So also share this video with somebody that y'all know personally so they can come on and watch it live with y'all. Also use that comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting down throughout the show. We always say, without y'all, it's really no show. You know, y'all add a fuel to the fire to the show. So we need y'all to keep it going, right? And Tomo, talk about those IG chats we have going on.
I mean, you see what the chats do, man. They give you new nicknames. Tomo Realist, Tomo Estates, Tomo Resorts. Like, I didn't ask for this, okay? My team made the playoffs within the last 17 years, okay? No shots. But a little bit. If you want to join these chats, man, they're on Instagram. They're at Refuse to Lose Sports. That's Refuse 2 Lose Sports. And each of these chats consist of NBA/WNBA. The WNBA preseason just kicked off, so we're going to be talking about a little bit more and more about that. The NFL chat, we got the MLB chat, we got college football, college basketball, which consists of both men's and women, and the boxing chat. And in each of these chats, you get the latest news, updates, trade discussions, maybe teams losing their potential draft picks because they call in quarterbacks who don't want to play for their offensive coordinators / coaches no more. We also get all these updates before Bleacher Report and ESPN. If you really don't believe what we're telling you about these updates, go back and check out that draft show that we did. 4 hours, no commercials, straight. And we dropped every pick before you even heard ESPN even bring up who actually put the card in. So if you want to be a part of these chats, just hit us up on Instagram. Say, hey, I want to be a part of the NBA chat, NFL chat, or MLB chat. You don't have to be in all of them. It's no restriction there. You could literally just be in one. We got a new guy that joined the NBA chat. Shout out to Mike. And he came in with an open welcome. So we encourage you to join these chats because, again, the chats and the comments fuel the show.
Mm-hmm.
Joe?
Yep. And also, y'all, we told y'all we're going to tell y'all when we get the news. BWT Baseball with Teddy will be debuting Wednesday night at 9 p.m. All right? So it's going to be live. Make sure y'all tune in on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter to check it out. And it will be featured for this episode, featured Carl and the one everybody been waiting for, my man Jerry. All right? So we try to get Dave in it, but Dave got other things going on Tuesday nights, all right? But we're gonna get Dave on next time. But make sure y'all look out for that Wednesday night at 9 p.m. If any changes happen, we will let y'all know. But right now, Wednesday 9 p.m. And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. All right, so our first topic we're gonna go over: the Golden State Warriors lost by 20 to the Lakers. Got them on it. My bad. My bad.
They got Curry. My
bad. The Warriors won by 20 and they lost by 30. It was like that. All right. So my bad. So it's been like last 2 games been blowouts, y'all. But the Lakers responded after being blown out game 2. So Tomo, we're gonna have you start this one off. You like myself, pick the Warriors to win. All right. So who's gonna win game 4 tonight?
I can't pick a team, man. It's so tough. I really can't. But no, the Warriors are going to win this game. Look, the Warriors are going to bounce back like they did in game 2. When Joe came on here and gave us that synopsis, he was like he was in the locker room and gave them the game plan. I don't understand. This is you 2 for 2 over the weekend with your game plan. You did that with Phoenix too. So hats off to you. Maybe that's what you're doing in that room over there, man. Come outside, man. Party with us. You're over there coming up with different game plans and different schemes on how to beat these teams next year. Maybe I need to do that. That's why the Wizards ain't make the playoffs. But it's not about us. Look, is it the Warriors' road woes or is it Anthony Davis? Because they definitely got cleaned up on the road, but Anthony Davis also showed up. Because in game 1, AD dropped 30 with 23 rebounds. We were like, man, it's going to be a long series. Then game 2, 11 points, 8 rebounds. He was out there looking like, well, I seen my shots, but he didn't take no shots. And they lost that game by 20. Then you come back game 3, you drop 25 with 13 rebounds. So anytime you get over 20 points, it's looking like AD's going to have a good game, right? And they kind of like blew the Lakers out the water. I mean, shout out to Bibby, and the beat goes on because the beat went on and on and on for the Lakers that night. The Warriors, I don't know what happened. They just didn't look like themselves. And everyone was saying it in the second half, saying like, hey, man, they lost their poise. And I don't get that. You're a championship team. You're not supposed to lose your poise in the playoffs like that. You do that in November or December in the middle of the season, not during a playoff game. But LeBron's 21, D'Lo's 21, plus AD's 25. That looked like a real team. And then, the others jump in and they make plays. So it didn't look real trusting. But I believe in the Warriors to make something happen because they haven't lost 2 games back-to-back yet in this series. And they're not going to do it today. Warriors going to win this one. They're going to come out. Clay going to show up. Steph going to show up. Draymond going to show up. And maybe Pool Party can send out some invites because we going back to the Bay and we turning up.
Dave?
All right. So for me, I'm the only one on the show that picked the Lakers to win the series.
Bruh.
I said it was going to happen in 7, but I think this actually might be gone. This might be done in 6. I got the Lakers winning tonight. However, I don't think it's going to be a blowout like it was the last game. To me, this kind of reminds me of the last series the Warriors had with the Kings. Remember, I think there was a blowout game in 1, and then the Warriors came out and won by like 10 or something like that. So I think it's going to be a lot closer. I do like the way that they are defending Steph. They're not letting Steph really get. Steph's not really been Steph for real. But it's also been a combination of not letting Clay be Clay. Clay had that one game where he had 30, but other than that, he hasn't really played well in the series. And then, everyone else really hasn't been helping out with the Warriors. As far as like you said, Poole hasn't. He played really good in that first game, but then he had a bad shot. Well, not a bad shot, but it was a shot that just I feel like he shot a little too soon. But he's a shooter, so that's something you can live with. Then Draymond is not really. We don't expect Draymond to really be that good of an offensive player as far as points wise, but we do expect him to make at least key buckets, and he didn't do that in game 1 or in game 3. And then Looney's gonna get his boards, but he's not an offensive threat necessarily, and he's not really a defensive threat. He can play really good defense, but he's not necessarily a defensive threat. Now with everything else, I believe that the Lakers, as far as LeBron hasn't really gone off. He hasn't had a LeBron type of game. Now, AD, whenever he plays great, the Lakers win. Everything else, pretty much, it just depends on the others, like Tomo said, because you had Lonnie Walker came out here 12 points off the bench. You got other players in that game that really stepped up. Schroeder, we know what he can do. And then everything else was just like, where's everything else going to come from? D'Lo had another good game. Like you said, AD had a good game. So to me, it's just like, if LeBron is pretty much coasting. LeBron hasn't really had to do too much. He's not shooting the ball as much as you expect LeBron to put up maybe 25 shots a game. He's not doing that. But AD's been balling out. As long as AD plays well, you don't have to worry about much.
So I don't know, because last time you picked the Lakers, they lost. So I don't know if you are at the grocery store or your take you just had is on life support. Because I heard some beeping in the background. I heard beep. Oh, and then that's look baby. So look. Now look, this game, last game, all came down to intensity. All right. The Warriors started off hot, and Clay was looking good in the first half, by the way, Dave. I know you said he been playing bad. He looked good. We were all like, uh-oh, Clay, here we go again. And then when that technical foul was called, not technical foul, when that flagrant foul was called on, who was that? On my man Moody. Ever since then, the Lakers' intensity has increased and their offense followed their defense. So I believe the Warriors going to come back game 4, and they're going to be the more aggressor in this game, and they're going to take back the series as far as being take back the game. Now, here are the key players for the Lakers. D'Angelo Russell. D'Angelo Russell is a key factor. All right. I know we say Anthony Davis. Now, we expect Anthony Davis to do something because even if Anthony Davis is not contributing with the points, he's going to do his thing defensively. Like, AD is one of the best defensive players in the NBA. But D'Angelo Russell, to be honest with you, all he brings to the table is scoring. All right, he's not going to play really good defense, nothing like that. So when he's not scoring, right, he's actually hurting the Lakers. So in the 2 games they won, you look at the game, the first game, he had 19, but he had 10 in that third quarter. All right, so that was crucial. Then you look at last night, he had 21 all in the first half. He had 5 threes in the first half. So D'Angelo Russell is out like that X factor. Him and Dennis Schroeder, I believe, are those X factors for the Lakers. And I think the Warriors going to respond. And it all comes down to intensity. Because once the Warriors are the aggressor, they can execute. The Warriors are great. They can execute. And these are two different styles, too, of basketball teams. But when the Warriors are too passive, they can't execute because everything is off of screens, which is like everything is physical with them. Like you gotta come off screens, the screen they gotta be physical, all that stuff. So when they're not aggressive, their offense is not flowing. So I think they will be the aggressor tonight, and they're gonna win. Next topic. So this is for you, Dave. All right, New York Knicks against Miami Heat. Breaking news: Emmanuel Quickly is not playing tonight. He's out tonight. All right, that was a shocker for me.
We ain't got a shot now.
All right. So yeah, man. So he's out. He's out tonight. They said the reason. Well, they don't say. Oh, sprained ankle. Sprained ankle. He's out tonight, so he's not playing. All right. So Spike Lee. I mean Tomo. So we're gonna go to Dave first. Dave, this is your squad. All right. Y'all won game 3 handily. I mean, y'all up the whole game for real. What's going to happen in game 4? Heat or the Knicks?
We winning this game. We can win this game. We're gonna go back to we're going back to New York up 3-1. And this is exactly what I said after game 2. After we lost the game 2, I said I feel good. I feel pretty good about this because they struggled against everybody else but Jimmy. Jimmy didn't play, and they struggled against us. I said, what? I expect Jimmy to at least put up 25, and what happened? He put up 28. He put up 28, and we beat them by 19. And he didn't even. I think he barely played in the fourth quarter. Maybe about 5 minutes in that game he played, and we still beat him. And that's because Kyle Lowry has stepped up. Caleb Martin did what he had to do. Strus did what he had to do. It's Strus, by the way, Tomo, not Stress. It's Strus.
I need to go.
So, just had to make sure I came on here to correct you.
I did that on purpose.
I know you did.
You're stressing us out.
And then Kevin Love, of course, he has those touchdown passes that he throws every single game. I don't see. For me, it's not Jalen Brunson that I'm worried about. That I don't think isn't going to play well. It's Julius Randle. Julius Randle. This is exactly why I said there should be no comparison between him and Jimmy right now. I understand it. I understood the comparison when we talked about how Jimmy was before he came to Miami. But as of right now, Randle's not close to what Jimmy Butler is as far as a leader or as a player when it comes to crunch time. Jimmy Butler was number 2 in Clutch Player of the Year voting. Number 2, so that lets you know how good he is, and that's with us being with now an 8 seed. We were a 7 seed when the season ended, but of course because of the play-in, we lost to the Hawks. Then we beat the Bulls to be the 8 seed. We're really not supposed to be here, mainly because we don't have the talent that all these other teams have. The Knicks are a more talented team than we are. They're deeper than what we are. It's just that we play tougher when it comes to playoff time. It's everything that I told everyone about before when they laughed at me, and I said about the Heat culture. This Heat culture steps up when it comes to playoff time. No matter who's on that roster, when you have a dog like Jimmy right there, he comes down there and he creates a pack. When you put a dog in the kennel, that's exactly what happened. He creates a pack. Bing, bang. And that's exactly what he did. And New York is just not ready for that. New York is not prepared for that right now. Now, that's not to say that New York can't win this game because it's pro basketball and you have Jalen Brunson on the other side. I think as long as you have Jalen Brunson on the other side, someone who's been to the Western Conference Finals, he led that team. For me, I believe he was the leader of that team, even though Luka Doncic is the better player. I believe he was the leader, so he can lead enough to be able to get them to win that game. I just think that Jimmy Butler he's just PG-13. What?
Just go on, Dave. Just go on, Dave. Ignore that. That.
I got to remember who this is, who that is. Comment Tyrone. I guess. But
Don't be on Tyrone's enemy list.
I don't care about that list.
He called that man playoff P.
But
Nick Naylor,
all I know is we have enough players on this team that's going to be able to stop it. And plus, I got to give big props to Bam Adebayo because he was strapping Julius Randle in that game. Julius Randle really could not do much with Bam Adebayo on him, and Bam is a smaller player than Julius Randle, but he knows how to play defense well enough. So I expect us to win this game tonight and be up 3-1.
Okay, Dave. I gotta disagree with you on one thing. All right. Y'all play hard in the playoffs. Y'all do. But I won't say y'all play harder than the Knicks. The reason why y'all winning is because Eric Spoelstra is a great y'all execute better than the Knicks. Ain't got nothing to do with y'all playing more harder. So that's what I believe. So look,
I'm cool with that.
Thibodeau. Yeah, but I did pick Charlotte win 7, so it's okay, Dave. But Thibodeau, you gotta switch some stuff up, man. You gotta make some adjustments. You gotta do something. You did good against the Cavs, but hey, it's a different ballgame with Eric Spoelstra, y'all. That's why I'm saying coaching matters in 7-game series. Tells you gonna get your team ready, play hard, that good stuff. Listen, y'all. He need to put more shooting out there. He need to do what we talked about Tomo about the Suns. He need to put more shooting out there. All right, can't keep allowing these offensive rebounds, these second chance points. Because here you go, Dave. Remember the Cavaliers after they lost to the Knicks? I read out the stats, like the player fouls, free throws attempts, turnovers, and the Knicks is rebounding. The Knicks is dominating them all across the board. Listen to this. Right now, the Knicks are beating Miami in the rebounding game. They average 48 a game. Miami averages 41 a game. Cool. Player fouls, they're tied, 63 apiece. Right. Free throws attempts, Knicks 72, Heat 77. Turnovers, Knicks 36, Heat 27. So the overall, it's either even or Miami's winning by a slight edge. So it comes down to execution, like your efficiency. And we all know the Knicks are not an efficient team. They were shooting. Listen, they built. Listen, I'm looking to buy a house. By the way, the Knicks built me a whole new house last game from the 3-point line. I mean, it was breaking like crazy. All right. The Knicks right now in the series shooting 42%, but they're shooting 27% from 3, 68% from the free throw line. They need to put more shooting out there. I love Mitchell Robinson, but it's a lineup I want to see more out there. They can't play Mitchell Robinson big minutes no more. I want to see Randall and Obi Toppin on the as a 5 and a 4 most of the game. I want to see that, and I want to see Manuel Quickly and Brunson, but Manuel Quickly is out. That's gonna be sad. And then either put R.J. Barrett right there, Josh Hart, right? I don't care who's playing the 3, but I want to see Randall and Obi Toppin play the 5 and the 4 because they need to stretch the floor out more and have more efficient players out there versus Mitchell Robinson just sitting there, depending on him getting the offensive rebound. Because I know Kevin Love out-rebounded him last game. Kevin Love doing a good job boxing him out, even though he had 4 rebounds, offensive rebounds. He's doing a good job boxing him out. So that's what I want to see out there. If they don't make that one change, I can see the Knicks winning today. But if they stick with the same crap they got going on, they got Evan Fournier. He ain't even played the series yet. He's a shooter. Stretch the floor out. Mm-hmm. If they don't make an adjustment to put more offense out there, this definitely ain't going to 7. And Miami, it might not even win another game.
Why you had to tell me that about quick? Why you couldn't wait till after the? You see, this is what happened with the updates in the chat, y'all. You see how your day be going good, and then you'll get a chat update saying, "Oh, such and such don't play," and then 30 seconds later, maybe 5 minutes later, ESPN tell you the same thing. So join them chats. At Refuse to Lose Sports. Refuse the number 2 Lose Sports. I ain't hit that like button. I gotta say some positive stuff because the Knicks just let me down. They really just let me down. I think for real, the Knicks fell victim to beating another playoff team that was just inexperienced as them. Because if you look at the Cavs, outside of Donovan Mitchell, no one else on that Cavs team has really been in the playoffs. And if you think about it with the Knicks, outside of Julius Randle one run, Jalen Brunson, and I want to say Josh Hart, I think he was on a playoff team too. Outside of that and the vets, D Rose, really haven't been in the playoffs, but D Rose not playing, so he can't give you that experience on the court. He can only be, Haslam is for the Heat right now.
Well, Obi Toppin was there when he was in the playoffs, wasn't he? He was a rookie. I think he was on the team.
Yeah, but Obi Toppin also needs to stop shooting threes. That's one of my keys to the games. Like, why do they keep making Obi Toppin shoot threes? I have no idea. So, Joe, I agree with everything you said about your lineup. You could play the stretch 4, but stop jacking up the threes, all right? There's this company in Maryland right now that build houses. They're called Ryan Homes. Right now in New York, they must be called Obi Toppin skyscrapers, okay? Because that's exactly what you're doing. So Joe, you're gonna have a nice foundation with the way the Knicks is building them bricks. All right, brick city for real. But you all took my 2 points away. I was gonna go right down to coaching because Eric Spoelstra, he's been there. He's won rings. He's been in the locker room with Hall of Famers, and he had to manage those egos. So he knows what to do in these moments. And imagine him going from LeBron, Chris Bosh, D Wade to a player like Jimmy Butler. We can say Kyle Lowry because he was on them playoff teams too, and he did win a ring. So he's looking at this locker room saying, like, well, I had better talent, but you all definitely have the heart. And on paper, I have to say the Knicks are the better team on paper. But like Dave said, I'm sorry, Joe, they are playing harder. They're scrapping out there. Like they're playing like they were the 3 seed. This is insanity. They went out there, they took the Bucks and said, all right, we building off that momentum. And the last time we seen Miami play like this, they went to the championship in the bubble. They weren't supposed to be there, and they just kept beating teams. So, Tibbo, wake up, because I need Dave to get on that flight.
Yeah.
All right. I know it's nice in Miami all year round, but the weather's even nicer over here in Cabo. Okay, it's a different time zone. I need Dave's teams to lose, but it's not looking that way though.
I'm enjoying this Miami weather. I'll tell you that.
It's all good.
And also, I didn't mention this dude, Julius Randle. All right, Dave, you mentioned him already. Julius Randle. I mean, dude, it's looking like you about to go down as the worst All-Star playoff performer, like in NBA history.
He playing like he don't want to be there.
Huh?
He playing like he don't want to be there.
Like I don't know what the world's going on with Julius Randle. Like he's getting exposed for real. Cause playoff basketball, they know you. Jason Tatum said this. He said they asked him, "What's the difference between like why do you think people elevate their game, or why is it so much harder to score in the playoffs?" He said they give you a long sheet of everybody's, what they like to do, what they don't like to do. Like, and you gotta study that. Like you gotta study it, and then you're constantly looking at this sheet, the whole series. So everybody knows what you do. You got to still execute. And Julius Randle ain't showing that. And then another thing about exposure, Dave, how many times you saw Duncan Robinson hit a 3 all season? How many times you see him on the floor for real in meaningful minutes?
He got none. He got no meaningful minutes in the regular season. He got no meaningful minutes, but he's getting plenty of it in playoff time.
And the reason why is this: regular season, we are ranked on the top or the bottom of 3-point percentage.
We were 27th overall. That was terrible.
So the coach, he is NBA champion. He knows that the floor has to be spaced out, right? So we need more shooters on the floor. Tyler Hero is out too. So, okay, we got to put a shooter out there, Duncan Robinson. We saw Haslam more than Robinson all year. Have we even seen Haslam yet in the playoffs?
He came on the floor. He came on the floor in garbage time against the Bucks, but that's it.
So, coaching, man, Tibbs, you gotta make some adjustments. You can't stick with that same daggone lineup and that rotation you got, man.
This one got him fired in Chicago.
It's another thing too. It's the same thing we said about Coach Bud. Stop putting one person on Jimmy. You better get the ball out of his hands, or he's gonna cook him. I'm telling you, Josh Hart is a really good defender. But you don't want to put just one person on Jimmy. You need to get the ball out of his hands. If the Knicks want to win this game, I'm a Heat fan, so I want us to win. But if the Knicks want to win this game, they better get the ball out of Jimmy's hands.
That's the smartest thing to do.
And y'all run a lot against the Knicks. Y'all been running a lot of zone. And when somebody running the zone, you gotta have shooters out there. And they shooting 30% from 3.
That's why they run in the zone. You see Obi Toppin? They say, "Go ahead, do your thing, Clay."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
and Julius Randle, by the way,
Obi Toppin didn't get that much minutes though. He played a whole 4th quarter after the game was over, but outside of the 4th quarter of that game, he probably played like 2 minutes or 4 minutes.
And that was only because they thought the Knicks was coming back.
And Julius Randle, you are shooting the worst from anybody that shot at least 15 field goals a game since 1970.
I wonder who was worse than that.
Somebody from the Knicks, probably.
They won the championship in 1972. So
see what I'm saying?
Whoever that was, they got rid of him and got somebody else.
Exactly.
We gotta look that up though. I gotta look that stat up. If you in the chat, you in the comment section, find out who that other person is. All right, so let's go to our next game. And Dave, all right, I'm gonna be locked into our game. But another good series, man, is going on. The Suns and the Nuggets, man. I mean, this is a good series, y'all. I thought Game 4 was like one of the best offensive games I've seen, in these
Facts.
playoffs, probably. And it was like a lot, especially in the fourth quarter. It was like a lot of back and forth. Jokic having the game type of game he had. But here, I'm gonna go first on this one. So basically, the question is who has more pressure, right, to win Game 5? Is it the Nuggets or the Suns? It's the Nuggets, man.
Okay. I was gonna say if I'm on this island
It's the
by
Nuggets.
myself,
It's the Nuggets, man. It's a Nuggets because everybody has done what they're supposed to do. Held down home court. The Suns won the last 2 games. So the Suns roll up in there and win the next game. That's 3 games in a row. They beat y'all and they going back to Phoenix with all the momentum. But Tomo, we talked about this. We know what happened. Look at this. First, I want to start by saying this. Devin Booker, man. Man, listen, I ain't apologizing because last year you went outside, all right? And then you didn't give me a reason to believe in y'all this year. But you balling out, though. My man is balling out, right? What I like about Devin Booker, he's not being a stubborn player, all right? He's taking literally everything the defense gives him, right? Soon they get the ball, Devin Booker is pushing in transition and scoring, all right? Devin Booker, when he sees the double team, he reacts quickly. A lot of people wait for the double team to come and then try to pass out. No, soon as he double team coming, he's making a move, either a pass or he's going to the basket. All right, he's being so aggressive, and you can just see in his play that he's like his mindset is different. Like he's hungry. He's playing hungry right now. Right? So he's balling out. All right. He's really balling out. Last 2 games, he took 43 shots, 9 misses, 83 points. Crazy. All right. In this series, right? We rate KD 50, 40, 90, right? 55, 40, 90. Devin Booker 60, 40, 90. That's what he's doing right now. 60, 40, 90 right now in the series. But the key to these 2 wins is this, y'all. Me and Tomo was on the show. We talked about this, and we were like, man, why TJ Warren and Ross not getting time? Maybe they need to sacrifice defense and put more offense in. That's what we were saying, right? And look what happened. The first 2 games, TJ Warren and Terrence Ross combined had 5 minutes the first 2 games. TJ Warren, 2 DNPs. Terrence Ross, 1 DNP, and played game 1 5 minutes. That's it. In the last 2 games, they combined with 75 minutes. Crazy, night and day. More shooting on the floor is more spread out. XYZ. Landry Shamet played 30 minutes yesterday. Listen to this, y'all. It's crazy. In his first 7 playoff games this year, first 7, he had a total of 14 points, 6 of 19 from the field, 2 from 9 from the 3-point line. Yesterday, 19 points, 6 from 9 from the field, 5 for 8 from the 3-point line, and he had 3 threes in a row at one point. All right, so that's the adjustments that Coach Tibbs. That's the adjustments that you have to make throughout the playoffs. You can't stick with your same rotation. You got to switch stuff up based on what's going on. And that's one thing about Miami. Miami is not sticking to the same rotation. They're not sticking to the same defense. All right, they switching things up as the game goes on. All right, so I think the Nuggets will win Game 5 though. But I know we're not talking about that right now. But the Nuggets, they are more pressure to win Game 5 versus the Suns.
Yeah, we agree there. I don't. The Nuggets are the number 1 seed in the West. That's one. Bruh. And then it goes to the comparison that I had brought up last time we talked about this, and it's about being the top seed and not making it where you need to be. Now I understand the last 2 years they've had injuries. I understand that a lot. But it's like I said with the Phoenix Suns back when they had Steve Nash and Amari Stoudemire and Sean Murray and Raja Bell and them boys. You can't be that top seed and not at least make it to the Western Conference Finals or make it to the finals. Then now they made it to the Western Conference Finals in the bubble, but that's it. And that's just like that Hawks team when they had Joe Johnson and Josh Smith. And I think wasn't Coach Bud the head coach?
Joe Johnson wasn't there, but Kyle Korver, Jeff Teague, Al Horford.
Yeah, they had a.
I think he came the next year.
You got all those players there, and you're a top 3 seed almost every single year, but you can't make it over the hump. Now, like I said, in the East, it was different because you had LeBron over there in the East. So he pretty much ran the East. No matter where you put LeBron at, if he was on that team, he was going to make it to the finals. That's pretty much how it was in the East. But the Nuggets were pretty much outclassed them in the first 2 games. I came on here after game 2 and I was like, I don't know, this is looking like a sweep. And it did. It didn't look like the Suns really was going to make any adjustments. And Joe did say it. He said, man, look, you need to get TJ Warren to be able to play some minutes and Terrence Ross. Landry Shamet had 14 points in the fourth quarter.
He's knocking threes down.
It was like no matter what you did, if you put 2 people on D-Book or put 2 people on KD, they was giving it to him in the corner. He was knocking down the three. So this is I like how I feel now. I feel like this is gonna go 7 now instead of 6. I think this is gonna go 7 for sure. But man, this is a really good series. This is a really good series. One thing I want to say though is why they only played 3 people off the bench and then with the Nuggets though. You only had 3 players play. And those 3 players were Jeff Green, Bruce Brown, and Braun, who only played 8 minutes. You still have Reggie Jackson on the bench. Is he not worth getting some playing time? Wasn't he the starter for the Clippers not too long ago? And now you're not even playing him at all? I think he would have helped you out in that game last night if you at least gave him about 10, 15 minutes. So I don't know what's going on. I think the crazy thing is you had 5 players in double figures and you still lost the game. They only had 3 players in double figures and they won. KD and Book both had 36. They had 72 between the 2. And then Shaman had 19, 14 in 1 quarter. Nuggets, you got to do something. You got to not just only play 3 players off the bench. You shouldn't only have 8 players in rotation. Now, I understand Jokic had 53. Yeah, 53 and 11. But you need everyone else to put something up as well. And you can't only just put up – it can't just be just 8 players coming off your bench. I understand it'll work every now and then, but, I mean, you got to get some fresh legs out there. Did Jokic play the whole game? He played 39 minutes. I just feel like you got to play some other players. You can't just keep playing that same 8 rotation. You got to get Reggie Jackson involved in the game. I would like to see Reggie Jackson involved in the game if y'all going to win this series. Not saying y'all still can't, but you see that the Phoenix made an adjustment. And I think Chris Paul being out helped them out too, because he was kind of sort of not – he wasn't able to score for it when he was out on the floor. Now you got other shooters out there that can create an offensive threat. So I don't know. I'm liking this. I think the Nuggets will win Game 5 as well, but I would be happy if the Suns can win Game 5.
Hold on. My bad, fellas. My bad. Hello? Book, this you? I knew you was going to answer that call. I knew you were, because that's what you did. He answered the call. Joe, Dave, I mean, we had 2 separate shows, you know. Joe had a day off. Dave had a day off. And then, you know, we all said the same thing. He was like, man, it's looking like a sweep. If they don't play nobody from their bench, the Suns is going home. CP3 got hurt. Ayton looking like a shadow on the court. Literally a shadow, because he ain't doing nothing else out there but hiding behind people or behind the basket. And then Joe came on and said, look, man, KD and Booker going to have to at least drop over 30 points to win a game. Each. 35 each. Each. Game 3, they combined to get 86 points. Game 4, 72 points. I came on here and told y'all that the Suns bench by themselves, a totality, were averaging 14 points. Shaman got that in 1 quarter. Shaman got 22 points. He outscored their average in 1 game. Monty Williams answered the call, the adjustment. We literally said, even if you don't throw him out there for scoring, just throw a player out there and see what happens, because it throws a wrinkle in your adjustments. Because Denver was literally looking at it like, oh, we could beat them if they just keep playing like this. Game 1, I think Denver had at least 12 people play that game. All of them got some minutes. They didn't all score, but they all got some minutes. Game 2, they went to the infamous playoff 8. I see what you were saying, Dave, and they fell back to that coach mantra where it was like, I need my set 8. And it's like, no, you don't have to do that no more. Just because they said they did that in the old days don't mean it's going to always work. And look what happened that game. It was a low-scoring game, but they still won it. And then they rolled right into Phoenix thinking that KD and Booker were just going to give up, and they ran that same 8 again, and they lost. They did it again, game 4, ran that same 8 and lost. How about you go back to the same mentality of game 1 where you kind of blew the Suns out the water? You didn't really blow them out, but you blew them out the water with that 12-man rotation. It's literally been working all season, so why stop now? The pressure's definitely on the Nuggets, so I'm glad we all agree there. They got to win this game. They're playing.
Yeah, you got to. I mean, just to kind of talk about Eric Spoelstra as a coach, he played everybody the last game. The only person that didn't play was Haslem. He said, look, I'm putting everybody on the floor no matter what it is. Now, I understand it because we was up 19.
Yeah,
but you still
contact to it.
but you still got to make those kind of wrinkles. You got to see what's going on in the game. Like, all right, look, this is what I'm going to play this time. I see how the game is flowing. You got to make this adjustment. And even when before Robinson got involved, we had Oladipo out on the floor before he got hurt. Because it was like, all right, look, we need somebody that can pace, that can push the pace, play some defense, and make some shots. Oladipo is capable of doing that. He was an all-star before. He was a high draft pick, so we know what he's capable of. Of course, he's had injuries, but he's shown flashes that he can still kind of sort of do that. Now he's out, so you had to make an adjustment. You had to give Duncan Robinson some more minutes because, I mean, for one, you're paying him $90 million. You gave him a $90 million contract, so you got to play him. So, And then now you when I talked about us not really having big bodies, I was complaining about not only seeing Bam Adebayo on the floor. So now you got Cody Zeller involved in the game now. So those are the kind of things you got to do. You got to make adjustments throughout the game, especially when you see some things aren't going your way.
So let me ask you this. All right, I got some pushback for a lot of things I said. All right, who else they gonna play? Reggie Jackson. What could have Reggie Jackson done yesterday to help that team that they couldn't do?
Same thing TJ Warren did for the Suns.
They didn't need offense
out there.
They didn't need scoring. They scored 124 points. They needed stops.
He can make something happen, Joe. He played game 1.
Reggie Jackson only played in garbage minutes. Game 1, they had an 8-man rotation. And then they blew him out late in the fourth quarter, and a bunch of people came in last minute. Like 3 minutes in the game, they came in. Game 2, same 8 rotation. All right? And then you look at game 3, game 4, it's the same thing. It's just that they need defense. And these guys, they don't have defenders out here. I mean, Thomas Bryant, is he a defender? All right? You got Watson.
He's a spark.
DeAndre Jordan, Ish Smith. I mean,
spark.
The issue was
DeAndre Jordan can play some defense.
You're done. So
You trying to hold it back, too.
He did.
Do I want to say that?
Stop it. Sorry, DeAndre Jordan's no knock on you, bro. You're just not in your prime no more. In your prime, you were all defense, all that stuff. We talking about like what defense he gonna play? Like DeAndre Ayton wasn't the issue. It was Devin Booker and Kevin Durant. Like we need some wing defenders. So that's my pushback on that. Like they just didn't execute well defensively. That's what it came out to because they offensively they were scoring. Jamal had 28. Jokic had 53. You feel me? By the way, Jokic second time in his career he scored 50 points, lost both games. First one was to Sacramento. But yeah, 2021. So I just want to throw it out there. All right. So, but yeah. So I'm gonna push back on that a little bit. You said something else that I should have wrote it down, but I can't get it up. I can't remember. You said something else I had pushback for, but I can't remember. But first of all, 8-man rotation is a championship basketball.
Yes, it is. I was about to just definitely agree with you, Joe. It is a championship rotation. Did you not watch what the Warriors did? Like,
yeah, the Warriors. See. All right.
Like,
this is why you don't waste roster spots. This is why Dave be kirking out about Haslem being on the roster.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you.
Now, every game you're gonna play around 8 players in the playoffs. Now, every game is different. The same 8 players are not gonna play every time because it's all about matchups, right? But at the end of the day, your rotation is shrunk because your starters are playing more minutes. You want to keep the best players on the floor as long as
At
possible.
all, exactly. You want
And
your starters to play a good 30 to 35 minutes a game.
more than that,
Might want to push it to 40
close to
for real. Because I mean, Jimmy, I think one game Jimmy played 45 minutes.
Look at J-Mo. Sixers and Celtics both played 8 guys last night. So look, and one good thing about the Suns is this. Devin Booker, how many minutes he played? He played 40 minutes. He been averaging like 45 minutes a game for real.
Mm-hmm.
Now KD played 44, but Shaman, those 30 minutes Shaman brought in because he came out the game and Shaman hit like 3 threes when Booker wasn't in the game. So that's what they need. But another reason why Booker is scoring the way he is because all the attention Kevin Durant is getting like crazy. Kevin Durant is getting so much attention right now. And Devin Booker said himself, he was like, I'm used to getting double, you know? Like, I'm not used to being, huh?
Not in the all season.
That's
why when you said most people wait for the double team, he told you right there, bro. Why y'all playing? That's why he don't wait. He's like, I see 2 people, I'm gonna just shoot, or I'm gonna go to the basket. I'm not about to sit and wait. I don't do this in the off season. I'm gonna do it in a regular game.
Now, Kevin, you worried about that? Not the same 8, but yeah. But yeah, I had something else day, but I can't remember. You said something.
I think Thomas Bryant could have gave him a spark as far as defensively because he could play that stretch, so he can give him a little bit of wing defense. I'm only saying that because I seen him. It's a new body. You literally said in the last segment they get a nice little long booklet with tendencies. If you're on the bench, you have nothing to do but read those tendencies. So he could have came out there and at least made something happen.
You can read all you want, Tom.
Hey, I ain't gonna get cooked. I'm sorry. Thomas Bryant gonna get cooked. That's why I mentioned his name.
It was a great executed game by the Suns.
This is a non-defensive series for real. This is a non-defensive series. Neither team really plays good defense. So they both play good defense game two. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that's an anomaly. We don't see these teams as defensive teams for real.
That's true. And we'll see what happens. Jokic, if he's scoring 45, 50, you should be worried because Jokic is better when the team is more balanced out. So
put Ish in the game.
Yep. All right. So let's go to our last.
You don't agree with me saying put Ish in the game.
That's my guy. Wait for it. He's talking about.
Oh, I just wanted to make sure. I just had to make sure.
That's my guy, Ish Smith.
I just want to make sure.
Hey, shout out to Dave. You know what Ish Smith is. We played Texas first round in the tournament. Game winner on Texas, got him out of there.
And just in case Carl come in here, Ish Smith is a wizard. He is not a Piston. He's a wizard.
He everything.
But he's more a wizard. He's been there like 3 times. Years. Wizards twice.
He's a team player.
I think he played like 12 or 13 years. He played on 12 or 13 teams, something like that. Something crazy like that.
Sure is.
All right. So our last topic, man. It was a game to watch. I watched that game from start to finish. It was an exciting game. The chat was lit the whole game and afterwards. But before we do that, we got to bring up our special guest, 76ers fan. We got to bring up my brother, diehard fan. He was ready for the series. J-Mo. And that's a picture we used for the heading of the show, too. That's like...
Facts.
Hey, man.
Hey, why you going to camera?
Hey, man. What's up, fellas? How y'all doing?
What up, J-Mo?
PJ. What's good, J-Mo? I know you excited. You feeling good right now?
Yeah, I'm feeling good, man. I'm doing all right.
So, look, man, your Sixers, they poured out an overtime win. All right? Let's talk about that game. What happened?
All right, so the obvious first reason, James Harden. I don't know what is up with this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even the point totals that, you see the point totals, you think he gets strapped games 2 and 3, but if you actually watch games 2 and 3, you're like, why are you not doing the same things you just did when you dropped 40? Like, he's not aggressive the same way. Then he gets in an interview and say, I want to win every game. But, bro, it don't look like it. You can't blame us, like, for accusing you of sabotaging the game. I mean, look at he got 4 or 5 wide open floaters. He looked right at the basket that he passed it out. In the next game, he come and drop 40 and hit the game winner. Like, it's crazy to me, bro. But, like, I just hope that he does the 40-point game more often than he does the 5 for 28 in games 2 and 3. I just it's like literally night and day, man. Yes, sir, Jerry. I'm going for some more bread today too. Shout out my guy. But yeah, James Harden, man, he I don't know. I honestly don't know, man. It's crazy because it's not like he like trying to be aggressive. He's just off. He's just literally a different player, game to game. It's crazy. Second, I want to bring up Embiid. Solid game by Embiid. I would say good game by Embiid. Not his best. If you were a late person and just watched the end of the game, you probably didn't think Embiid had 34 points because he was like 1 for 6 in fourth quarter overtime or something like that. He was bad down the stretch. Al Horford played some great defense. Mm-hmm. And shouts out to PJ Tucker. PJ Tucker said he got in that man's face and said, "Bruh, can't nobody stop you. What are you doing?" He told him the same thing I be saying when I'm looking at the TV. I'm like, Embiid, you are too big to let anybody stop you. And that's no disrespect to Al Horford, Robert Williams, or anybody else. Nobody can stop you one-on-one. So when there's not a double team, I expect a bucket or a foul. I don't expect you to get stopped like that. Twice in a row, 3 times in a row, that can't happen. On a lot of his jump shots, even the times he's trying to contest a shot, his body is big, he's there, but he's not getting the same lift because of his injury. It's not an excuse. It's just literally a reason, But he's out there. He got 34 and 13, so that's no excuse. I also want to say Tobias Harris gets no bump when James Harden is aggressive. So he might either got to play less minutes or I guess get better at doing dirty work, because when James Harden is on, Tobias is an afterthought. Unless he gets the ball on a drive and kick, he's not going to be doing much if James Harden is being aggressive. Maxey can get on because Maxey is a preferred catch and shoot target for our team. He's like the first person that gets the ball on the break. Whenever we get a rebound, we're looking at him first. So he's going to get his just off spurt plays, erratic plays, freak plays, and stuff like that. Shout out Niang. My man Niang came in and hit like 3 threes. Play some good defense. I always love Niang, and he's going to talk his talk right in front of the Celtics.
That's my guy.
That's my guy. All right. And another thing I want to get to is this Tatum offensive foul. Now, shouts out to my guy, Maxey, who's not a flopper. All right. My man Maxey was 10 toes down. Maxey was 10 toes down on that play. Anybody else would have easily flopped, and we probably would have got the call, but Maxey didn't sell it. He tried to play real defense, and I think they should have called it. Everybody keeps saying we got Embiid and Harden on the team, so we shouldn't be complaining about fouls. We do the same thing all game. I'm like, if you watch the last few possessions of that fourth quarter, we got the blocking foul on Marcus Smart, which I honestly think, the charge that was on Marcus Smart when Embiid, he drew the charge on Embiid. I honestly think that if the original call was a charge instead of a block, then it wouldn't have got switched over to a block from a charge, and vice versa. It was originally called as a block, and then they reviewed it. They didn't have enough evidence to change it. So the original call matters, no matter how good the replay is. So that's what people got to understand. And where was I? Oh, the block. Yeah. So they called one when Marcus Smart and PJ. I think Marcus Smart was just trying to slip a screen. They bump into each other. Marcus Smart fell. They called a foul. Then they had one where Jason Tatum went to the basket, turned his back, and threw the ball up. And they called a foul. And then they don't call the offensive foul on Tatum. I'm like, bro, the last 4 or 5 fouls that you call influences the end of that game. Like, the way you're calling the calls down the stretch, you got to keep it consistent. You can't just, these are playoff games. There's so much pressure on my man Embiid. They dogging my man. They dogging Harden. The ref can't do this to us, man. Not at home. We was at home, too. That's very, very appropriate right there. And I said all that to say, none of that stuff the ref don't matter, because we are the best team in the clutch.
Let's go.
We've been the best team in the clutch in the regular season. We've been the best team in the clutch in the playoffs. And as long as these games are close, we're going to beat the Celtics, because the Celtics sorry in the clutch. They under 500 in the clutch. They win most of their games when they blow people out. In the clutch, they can't close, probably because Udoka gone and probably because they don't have a real facilitator. So with that being said, long as these games are close, I think we can get these guys. Even if they're not close, I'm confident because Embiid is back. I know some people gave me pushback because at the beginning of the series, I didn't speak on a winner or a loser. And I felt like I had a mean olive branch to do that because Embiid was out. The reports were saying he wasn't even going to look nowhere near what he's doing now. So now that he's back, like I said before, I'm 10 toes down.
Let's get it. All right.
Let J-Mo cook.
All right.
You gotta let him cook.
Hey, J-Mo. I picked the Celtics, but I'm rooting for y'all. I swear I am not lying. I said this in the chat yesterday, and I mean this. I do not like the Celtics one bit. It ain't one vessel in my blood that roots for the Celtics at all. I don't like them whatsoever. I don't like their team. I don't like flopping Marcus Smart. I don't. I want y'all to win the series. I do, but I also want to beat the Celtics because I got so much revenge for them. I want Jimmy to just go off and cook them boys. Now, what you said about James Harden kind of reminds me of AD. Not other than the AD being Mr. Glassman, but when AD plays aggressive, the Lakers are much better. I think y'all are much better when James Harden plays aggressive. And I think that also accounts for Tobias Harris not being involved in the game. I personally think Tobias Harris is overpaid. I think that contract that he got should have gone to Jimmy Butler, and y'all would be a much better team if you had Jimmy Butler other than Tobias Harris. Now, Tobias Harris mainly got that contract because of what he did when he was with the Clippers, not more so what he did when he was with y'all. Because when Jimmy Butler played, he was more involved in the game than Tobias Harris was. He was more of a key piece. Tobias Harris is just there to me. I don't think he's that. I don't think he's worth the contract that he got. Now, I don't think he's a sorry player, but I don't think he's worth the money. And B's doing what he needs to do, and so is Harden. I think if those two play well, you definitely have a chance to win the series, for sure. It can go 6 or 7. I definitely believe I still got the Celtics winning, but I have my own reasons of why I want that to happen. But y'all got some players that are hungry. You got my boy PJ Tucker over there, and he gonna hustle every single play. He gonna make sure he do whatever he needs to do to help that team win. He gonna grab offensive boards. He gonna defend the person's best player. I don't know why you playing the sand music.
It sounds like you said you miss him. Continue.
I think that's pretty obvious. That's obvious. That's obvious. I'm not going to deny that. But he just fits. He fits what any team needs. He's that. I don't want to say Draymond, but you know what Draymond is. He's going to come in there and he's going to be feisty. Draymond going to have some dirty plays in there. PJ Tucker not going to have no dirty plays. He's just going to be tough. He's just going to play you tough no matter what. Maxey is becoming a star. I think he needs to get much more minutes than Tobias Harris. And if you play him a lot more, you got a chance to win the series. And the Celtics, I know I've said that we are inconsistent, but the Celtics are also an inconsistent team. They and this is this is a shot to the Magic. This is a shot to the Magic because we beat them 3-1 this year. But the Celtics lost that regular season series to the Magic 3-1.
Bruh.
How are you the number 2 seed in the East and you can't beat the Orlando Magic in the regular season in a series? It's inconsistent. Now, I remember what you said before about you wanting the ball in Marcus Smart's hands, but I think no matter who hands you put it in, if it ain't Al Horford, you got a chance to get the ball away from somebody else. Because Jason Tatum can turn the ball over. Jaylen Brown can turn the ball over as well. We saw what happened in the finals last year with both of them. They both was turning the ball over like crazy, especially Jason Tatum. So I don't think any of them are really good decision makers. The best decision maker is Brogdon. But you see who they continue to get the ball to, they keep putting it in Marcus Smart hands as if he's a really good point guard. He's not. He's just small, so he has to be a point guard. But he's not really a good point guard. He could defend and flop, and he can make some shots. I'm not saying that he's a terrible player, but he's not what you want your typical point guard to be able to make some to be able to make some key plays, playmaker. Because Steph, people could try to say that he's not a point guard, but he's a point guard. He led the league in assists before, so he knows he makes really good decisions.
Who's Steph?
Yeah.
No, he never led the league in assists.
Well, what I'm saying, okay, well that's false, but still, Steph. We know Steph can be a point guard. We know he can make key plays. He's a really good playmaker when he needs to be. Marcus Smart is not that. Marcus Smart is not the guy that needs to be out there trying to take the last shot as if he's him, because he's not.
All right, let me go for Smart. Take my point, man. First of all,
I got jokes, so go ahead.
Huh?
I got nothing but jokes over here, so go ahead.
Okay, let's relax. All right, let's relax here. Okay, the Celtics didn't lose by 30. He lost in overtime by 1 point.
I don't care.
All
I
right?
don't like the Celtics. That's why.
Yeah.
Look, if the viewers didn't watch the game, they would have thought Philly won by 40. All right, it's not the Warriors. This is the Celtics. All right. So look, first I want to give James Harden's props. All right, James Harden and Maxey, both of them. When they were using the pick and roll with Joel Embiid, they took advantage of Joel Embiid's presence, because in the pick and roll, the guy that's the guard obviously is trying to recover on Harden, but at the same time worrying about Embiid. So is the big, and James Harden was aggressive on that pick and roll and pick and pop. So was Maxey. Maxey actually, when James Harden had the ball, they actually stayed on James Harden, and James Harden used his size and was physical going to the cup. Maxey, on the other hand, on the pick and pop, they was anticipating Maxey to give it an Embiid. He was blown right past him almost every time. All right. Now, James Harden was literally cooking everybody one-on-one. Everybody. I mean, he cooked Derek White one time, Marcus Smart, Robert Williams stuck there one time, cooked them one time. Tatum had a nice block on him, but he got him in the fourth quarter with that one. He kind of pushed off too, James. But hey, they ain't call y'all, they ain't call theirs, all right? So I want to give him his props. And he was clutch. Hit the floater to go to overtime and hit the three to win the game. Now, the person I want to talk about, though, is PJ Tucker. J-Mo, PJ Tucker saved y'all season. Saved y'all season. Tomo, put that clip for me real quick. This play right here saves y'all season. Y'all were done. And that putback he got saved the season. Look at Josh J. Stopper. Thank you, God, right? And then look at him in the B face, man, right here. He's like, man, what you doing, man? You gotta come on, man. What's wrong with you? Because Embiid was right there for the rebound, and PJ Tucker got it. So PJ Tucker is one of them guys that you were talking about, Dave, right? He one of them guys like, I'm not the guy. I'm not the guy. I know I'm not the guy, but I'm the guy that's gonna bring that energy, and I trust you. Embiid, I trust you, man. Come on, I came here for you. And James Harden, come on, y'all. Come on, I'm not used to this. I'm used to playing with Giannis, who's playing 100 miles per hour. We're going to play hard every second of the game. That's what I'm used to. Jimmy Butler, who's going to play hard every second of the game. Not this BS. Wake up. And they woke up and went to work, and they won. So I believe PJ Tucker was exactly what y'all needed, right? And that one play, he saved y'all season right there. So I just wanted to say that real quick. Oh, sorry. Lastly, y'all turned up because in the first half y'all were way more physical than the Celtics. Then in the second half, the Celtics picked up the intensity, and I would say fourth quarter they picked up the intensity and they made that run. So that's why if you're a Celtics fan, I know we glorifying 76 right now, but you're a Celtics fan, no need to be worried because it's all about physicality. If the Celtics are physical, and James, I know you said that they saw in the clutch. Well, that wasn't really the clutch, up by 10-8 the whole game. But the game before that, Tatum closed the deal. So we can't forget that, Dave. I know you keep talking about him turning the ball over from the NBA Finals, but it's a new year, Dave. It's a new year. You got to move forward. I know you said sick of that 3-point shot Jimmy Butler missed, but it's a new year, bro. It's a new year. So I still got the Celtics winning this series, but I said 5. I was 100% wrong because Embiid looks really good, man. Really good. And James Harden, kudos to you, but you got to keep being aggressive.
How you gonna say it wasn't a clutch game? It went to overtime.
No, I'm talking about the game, not this game. I'm talking before that.
I'm about to say. All right, go ahead, Tom.
I just want to address one point. One, the 76ers won. So I don't know what he mean by this comment. Kev said they lost because Micah showed up with that Cowboy Pixie smut dust. I don't get it. When you saying the Celtics lost, but he was rooting for the 76ers. See what I'm saying? The evil brain is scattered. Too.
Man had a Sixers jersey on.
Exactly. But we all know why James Harden went off. You all are talking about the intensity, the aggression. Little baby was front row. He had to show off. He's like, man, I got you, man. I'm gonna get 50 for you tonight. And he got 50. That's exactly what happened.
Hey,
I do appreciate PJ Tucker though standing up because I seen that and I said, oh, Dave gonna be. I know Dave got something to say about this because he been talking about Pat Riley and not bringing PJ Tucker back. And he walked over to Embiid, and that's exactly what Jimmy Butler would have did in that moment. PJ Tucker did it, and I said, but Miami still winning. So if y'all was home, I know you'd have been even more upset. PJ Tucker did that.
Man, I would have been so pissed. I would have been pissed. Pat Riley would not have ever left the doghouse if that was the case.
Hey, real quick, James Harden gave Joel Embiid that Rolex. Little baby like, I gotta be more better friends. Man, should have front row.
And he brought a guest. He brought a high-profile guest. He brought Michael with him. He said, I got somebody for him.
Man, little baby is so uncoordinated. He don't even know how to celebrate. He don't even know how to celebrate right, man. He got up and said, let's go, almost failed. I was like, man, little baby.
So, J-Bo, before you hop off, last words, y'all, the next time you come on, well, y'all play tomorrow. We'll get you again. But talk to us, man. How y'all looking? Last word.
Man, look, at the end of the day, Doc Rivers is a championship coach. He's been named one of the 15 greatest coaches of all time. I think he's having a pretty good series. I don't think it's anything to dog him out about, and say typical Doc Rivers fashion, anything like that. There's no reason to troll. I think he's doing a pretty good job maxing out his two players. He's maximizing their talents. Is whatever they can't do is not because of Doc Rivers at this point. At least so far in this series, it's like solely on them. Nobody's telling Embiid to catch the ball 2 or 3 steps higher than he should. If Doc Rivers telling you to run the play at the 3-point line, take 2 steps back and catch the ball right there. Like, you the player at the end of the day. So I shout out to Doc Rivers. Back to the Tobias thing, man. I just think he gets a lot of burn because we don't have nobody to guard Tatum. Except him. He is, right? He is cooking him. And then I know I was mad that Maxey kept getting the switch at the end, but I was like, I don't know. Maxey might have to stay on him the way he was cooking Tatum. He was cooking Tatum, bro. It's crazy, but shouts out to the team, man. We still 10 toes down. I like us. You know what I'm saying? I like us. Embiid and Harden are going to have to keep maxing out. We need one more game from either Niang or DeAnthony Melton or we need PJ to hit 2 or 3 threes. Like, we need one more game. We either need one game from one of those guys or we need all of them to hit two threes apiece. Like, we just need one more because Harden and Embiid going to get us one more. Well, we need these role players to step up because these role players is giving Tatum and Brown all the help they need. So we need our role players to step up and give us some help. Because I think they can put up another 35 apiece, but I don't want to have to depend on it. I need somebody to hit a couple threes. So, yeah, like I said, man, I like us, and we 10 toes down.
Let's get it.
Well,
all right, J-Mo, appreciate you.
Don't depend on the Tobias Harris to hit those 3 shorts.
All right, Dave. As soon as he hit a 3 next game, I'm coming at you.
Hey, Dave, chill. He's still a Sixer, all right?
That's what I'm saying.
You're right.
I can him. He sound like Tom with the Wizards. Only I can talk about the Wizards.
Hey,
man, like Vegeta.
All right, J-Mo, appreciate you for coming on. You always spitting facts about Philly, and we'll see you next time. We're going to see you again.
Peace.
All right, y'all. Philly finest. Let's wrap this up.
You know that
was a good segment. Huh?
You know that Philly finest is gonna find its way back in the chat. Man.
Yep. You know it is.
You know it.
You should have said that.
You said it. And it was like a little pause too. So yep.
Somebody gonna clip it up. See, Joe know.
Obviously, he don't know because he's talking about some Micah. They lost.
I
Oh,
know.
whoa.
See what happened when the Cowboys show up? People
Hey,
show up on the court, man.
I should have killed Sacramento. All right, y'all. Like this video. Whoa, yeah, like this Facebook video, like the video on YouTube, like it on Twitter, retweet it on Twitter, share it on Facebook and YouTube. All right. This is the network, y'all, and we are excited about this network. Before I get into all the things and stuff, I want to make this announcement once again. Y'all, tomorrow, sorry. Okay. Breaking news. Wednesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, the first episode of BWT Baseball with Teddy will air. And I know I was about the same thing. And it's featured by Carl, who actually helped debut the weekend special. Weekly special. All right. And my man Jerry. I'm excited. Look, Teddy, my man, Carl, my man, but I'm showing up for Jerry. All right.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
Oh, I'm definitely there. I seen Jerry comment earlier talking about some of the Cowboys got Rudder State in Cabo. So I'm definitely watching this.
You in the comments?
Yes,
so yeah, 9 p.m. Eastern Time, Wednesday night. Make sure y'all there. We won't have a show that day, so everybody just tune in on that. Looking forward to that. All right. But appreciate y'all in the comment section. Y'all were lit in the comments, like always. All right. And Dave, talk about those IG chats we have going on.
Man, all I gotta say is yesterday that NBA chat was lit.
Crazy.
You know, we got some more Celtic fans in there that I can, harass now. Feels good. Even though, they beat us, but I'm the one harassing them all the time, letting them know how much I don't like them. So, we got that. But shout out to Mike, who joined the chat. He was all up in there yesterday. Then, I had to add Teddy because he a Boston fan, so I had to put that out there too. But we got names for people now. We call Tomo Cabo Tomo now. He got the Tomo resorts and islands and stuff down there. Because he always down in Cabo. So
that's crazy.
Only in the NBA season.
Football season too. Y'all don't get past the second round.
Get past the second round. How about that? You get past the third round. Join the chat.
I've got past the third round. You haven't. And
that's the chat right there, y'all.
hey, matter of fact, the 49ers' new name is Mr. Cut the Lights Off. Since you talking about it. Since you want to be funny.
But in these chats, man, we talk about any and everything. We give you all the latest news. The West Virginia coach Bob Huggins had to issue out an apology today because he had some homophobic. He had said a homophobic slur on radio when he was talking about Xavier the other day. So, those are the kind of news we put out there. So we have the NBA chat mixed with the WNBA. Like Tomo said, the WNBA preseason has just started. So we're going to have more information. We're going to be talking about that a lot more now. NFL, the schedule was released this Thursday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So watch out for that. Let's see who's going to play week one, who the Chiefs going to play when the season opens. Hopefully it's the Eagles so they can go ahead and get that L up the way. But baseball, like you said, we got baseball with Teddy debuting tomorrow, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Wednesday, 9 o'clock. So tune in for that, fellas. College football, it hasn't been too much college football action going on now, except for a lot of transfers. Colorado has had a lot of transfers go out, but they had a lot come in too. So watch out for that. And they actually voted to be one of the players to win one of the teams to win the college playoff this year. So you got to watch out for that. College basketball, we had some transfers there as well. Haley, that was at Louisville, is now at LSU. So now like LSU might just went back to back because Angel Reese is still there. She hasn't gone anywhere yet. So it's looking good. Then boxing, we got Canelo fight coming up soon. Canelo told Tank, "Hey, you ain't the best right now. I ain't retired yet. I'm still here. I ain't retired. I'm still here. You got to put some more fights in there. I mean, yeah, you fought Garcia, but that don't amount to me." So
he said he not the best.
Yep. He ain't the best. Hey, I still think Canelo the best pound for pound fighter right now, myself. So
had to know to make that comment on Cinco de Mayo.
Exactly. And then we got Lomachenko and Haney coming up as well. So we're gonna see who's gonna win that. It's gonna be interesting. But in all these, all you gotta do is let us know you want to join one of these chats. You can get a welcome like Mike, you know,
Like
or
Mike.
exit like AJ, whoever that was. That's who exited the chat yesterday. I guess we got too lit in the chat yesterday, and he exited. So you win some, you lose some, but you fight to live another day.
You sound like Garcia corner.
Hey,
But
shout out to AJ, man. That's my man. That's my homie. Shout out to AJ.
yeah, come back in the chat, my man. It was lit, but
you can mute the chats. We gotta let y'all know that.
You can mute it.
You can mute the chat.
I mute them all the time. Especially when I'm at work, because y'all be too lit. So you can follow us at Refuse to Lose Sports. That's Refuse, the number 2, Lose Sports. And this is on Instagram. We don't have any other chats at this moment, but we have the chats on Instagram. We may be opening something soon on Facebook. It's possible. We don't know yet, but it's possible because we are on Facebook as well. So just let us know if you want to join. And if you want to come on the show, then that gives you access to be in the Refuse to Lose chat. That's the VIP chat. So more details on that, come on the show.
All right, so let's get these last words in. Commanders, man. Listen, that video me and Tomo did with CD and AJ. One man commented said, "Let's keep it 100, y'all." Number 17, the best receiver.
I knew you was gonna see that.
Yeah, in the division, my man. Appreciate you, cuz. So I'm happy about the Commander season coming up. I got some bets. Jahan will let me down. Sam Howell don't let me down. But that's all I got for y'all.
Hey, I got some bets too.
Tell them to bring me my money.
And people should know by now, the one person you don't want to bet is me. But people do some bets out there. Vaughn gonna have to get his arms ready because he put another bet out there for me. He thinks that the Knicks are gonna beat the Heat, but he'll be, sad to see that that's not gonna happen. Let's see what happens. Football season's going on. We got the AFC North going against the NFC East. This gonna be interesting.
Yeah, done, son.
It's gonna be interesting to see. San Fran, look. All I ask is to not have Sam Darnold start. That's all I ask. I don't care if it's Purdy or Trey Lance. Just don't let it be Sam Darnold, please. Because Kyle, I understand you think you're a quarterback guru, but let's stop. Let's stop, please. Let's not do it with Sam Darnold. Please, can we not do that?
Hey, y'all like to toy with the media, man. They're not gonna start saying that.
Hey,
y'all toy with the media every year.
I know we do, but I'm hearing from some insiders as well that's in the 49ers thing that's saying that he got a chance. I don't like hearing that. So
Can't wait for the chat to this.
yeah, I'm going to the chat too. I want to see what this conversation is going to be like. But Miami Heat, look, we got a game in 10 minutes. Let's go up 3-1. Let's go in this series and let's see who we're going to play, Boston or Philly in the next series. We still got a shot. We ain't supposed to be here, Miami. We the AFC. We ain't supposed to be here, but let's keep fighting.
Man, just continue to keep subscribing, like those comments up. Make sure y'all join the chats because, these last 2 weeks, man, hats off to you, Joe, man. You've been turned up with the social medias, man. You've been turned up. You've been posting so much stuff from the show that people been hitting me up like, hey, bro, y'all interviewed Pap? I was like, yeah, you didn't check it out? They was like, yeah, but y'all did it again. So, hey, Joe, hats off to you, man. Keep doing
Yo
your
got
thing.
next.
Hey, Paul's granddad. But yeah, keep joining the chats, keep subscribing, and I don't got too much to say about my team. Y'all see the videos. I stand on what I said. As my man J-Mo would say, 10 toes down.
That's good.
Also, to end my last little thing, shout out to anyone that this is Mental Health Month. So shout out to anyone that's gone through those issues. And rest in peace to my cousin Reggie who passed away this weekend. Love you, cuz.
Condolences, bro.
Let's go.
All right, y'all. That's all we got for y'all today. I know y'all want to stay. You ain't got to go home, but you got to get out of here.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.